I'm back again, and you can tell, like you see from my other videos, I recently got a haircut. So yeah, don't click off of this video. Wait until at the end of the video. There's going to be a coming soon video around 2021, very special. So I want to say thank you all for watching, and let's get on with the video now, shall we? Be sure to like and subscribe my content if you want to see more latest videos on my channel. And also be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and other sources like Facebook to get updates and news on what I'm working on latest. Now that out of the way, let's get started on the video. Okay, the coast is clear. Oh, hello my viewers. If you're probably wondering why am I hiding in a closet, well, considering the fact that I know that Gorak has been destroyed a couple months ago, but there's still an angry mob outside thinking I'm a witch or a warlock or so I'm still a little cautious. You know, considering the fact that the whole apocalypse and, you know, the coronavirus and stuff. Ugh. Anyways, it's good to be back, and I haven't done it in a while, so I apologize for my viewers. So in this special, we are going to do the crossover. Cyborg 009 versus Devilman. Cyborg 009 versus Devilman. It's a crossover that came out around 2015 and around 2016 for the English dub. What's very interesting about this one, because not only this is the first ever Devilman to be on Netflix, along with Cyborg 009, but this would continue a trend for both franchises. For example, originally these two were supposed to be separate anime OVAs, but you know what, they decided, you know what, let's have a crossover. And miraculously, it turned out to be very successful. So successful that they later on would have their own Netflix series, Devilman Crybaby and the Cyborg 009 Netflix series. What's also interesting that in the English dub is that one of the cast from Devilman vs. Crybaby would be in this one. But let's actually check this out for once. Now, you're probably wondering if I'm actually going to do a review on this. Well, you know what? Since I haven't done a review since unlike the last one, I think I'm going to actually do this one. Considering the fact I got some clever ideas with my jokes and skits in this one. And I also kind of came unprepared. Before I start this review, I'm a little curious. I wonder what Big Jack Films is doing right now.
Meanwhile.
But let's continue on. This is Cyborg 009 versus Devilman. Today's video is brought to you by my Patreon and also coffee. If you guys want to donate money and support me on my content and even watch some stuff that I'm going to be posted, like the uncensored version, which that's going to be also in the video too. So if you want to watch the uncensored version, you have to go on my Patreon. So yeah, let's get to the video now, shall we? Alright, so before we do start the review, we're actually going to explain the story behind this crossover. So Surprisingly, it was originally going to be separate OVAs, meaning that, technically speaking, this Devilman sort of OVA would have been the original Crybaby. But instead, it was decided that it was changed to a crossover, which, you know what? It actually turned out good at the end. I'm serious. Heck, it even has its own Pachinko game, so that's saying something. You know, come to think of it, I could just imagine what it was like for the fans to react to this.
Wait, SpongeBob! We're not cavemen! We have technology!
Okay.
So this interesting adventure begins in Greek, by the looks of it. And by the looks of the battlefield, looks like something happened. Maybe it was the God of War that actually did all this. Not surprising since this is in Pompeii. And we do get a fight with someone and... Bagheera? Bagheera! Is that you? What are you doing here? And why are you dressing up like the Black Panther? Aren't you supposed to be in Disneyland or something?
I guess Disney royalty will get you far in this life.
John joke aside, we actually do get a explaining what's going on. You see, Joe, yes, that's his name, Joe, or 009, is fighting... What's his name again?
Apollon!
Ah, Apollon. And why is he trying to pose like he's trying to audition for Superman Red Son? Kind of fitting considering the fact he is literally a literal walking, talking combustor. Also, what did he just say just now?
The intense heat shield that surrounds me is 3,000 degrees.
Bitch, please!
You must have something other than the acceleration device.
Actually, I do got something in mind. Oh, and what would that be?
The power finger, so here's to ya!
Oh yeah, I probably should explain this earlier. As you can tell, this takes place in the end of the Mythos arc of Cyborg 009. As I probably already mentioned before, I think, I have not seen any of Cyborg 009, nor the anime. But if you want to check more of that, you can go check it on Mr. Anime Hero. He did a video about that. But, let's get back. So, as Apollo is about to make the final blow, he is interrupted by his sister, Helen. No, not that one, I wish. That Helen. She pleaded to her brother to stop this, but he wouldn't, so instead she basically sacrificed herself falling into a volcano.
Look out, Xenu! Here we come!
As that's happening, the eruption of the volcano caused the whole island to literally sink to the bottom of the ocean. Wait a second, where have I seen this before? Huh, it's been a while since I actually did a review on that. But I'm not here to talk about Godzilla, so I better get back in this crossover. So now we're at the part where I can talk about the Devilman, and surprisingly, it's a retelling of the Jinman arc, which has the same color silhouette like in the manga. Oh, speaking of Blue Nova's obsession to Gamera, our favorite Pedo Galapagos is here, Jinman, who sadly does not have a southern accent.
They hold a grudge for getting devoured by me. Their hatred for me rises to the surface of my shell.
Oh, god damn it, I was hoping for a southern accent, redneck turtle. Actually, I got something I can fix that with.
Well, it's a shame another person's been killed, but you know what they say, sometimes dead is better.
And just like with Gamera, this happens.
Take this, Devilman!
Holy shit.
When I first saw this, I was actually kind of surprised. But that was when I didn't read the manga. No joke. Before I read the Devilman manga, I saw this Jinman and the OVA. I should have actually done research before done in those OVA reviews. But luckily, now that I have seen the manga, it's actually not bad. He even does this again in the later version of Devilman Saga, which literally trying to be like Gamera.
It's exactly according to my plan!
I think they used our likenesses. Can we sue?
Out the butt.
Yeah, we should sue.
So, just like in the manga, Devilman basically kills Jinman, banner, rinse, repeat. Now we got that part of the OVA. This is basically the plot. So the cyborg teams are basically just having their normal time until Ivan, 001, wakes up from a dream explaining that the demons are coming.
Wormy, the demons are coming.
I just want to just point this out, but a while back, I had a dream that was somewhat like this, where when I was sleeping, I basically just went like this.
The Rangers is coming! The Rangers are coming!
Flashback aside, we can also talk about Akira and Miki in this scene. And I'm gonna be frank here, this had to be the most cutest thing with these two. And also, fun fact, the person that voiced Miki here would actually appear to voice her again in Devilman Crybaby. So that's basically a plus. And again, as I stated before, if this wasn't a Cyborg Series 09 crossover, this would have been the original Crybaby. And also, just like her manga counterpart, she basically beat the shit out of these thieves that stole the lady's purse. Luckily for Miki, she noticed this and decided to give them a piece of their own medicine. As things look like it's about to get ugly for Miki, Akira comes to the save by, well, you know.
I think my hand is getting a little numb.
Hey, stop, you idiot! No,
wait,
don't! Give me that! No!
So sorry, I must have slipped.
So during this time, we also get a new student in the school, known as Ava. Huh. She looks awfully familiar. Where have I seen? Oh. Huh. That's, coincidence there. But this person also becomes Miki's new friend. Secretly, she's actually there so she could basically take Miki to lure Akira, aka Devilman, to fight Altu.
What an asshole!
Alright guys, before we continue with the review, if there's one thing I have to say about this version of Miki, is that she is thick.
Damn, boy, he's thick, boy!
We'll talk about more of this detail later. And you all thought that Akane and the Sailor Guardians were the thickness. Okay, maybe that's a little going too far for me to say that, considering the fact it's a fictional characters, but can you blame myself? Heck, I have to deal with criticism all the time when it comes to me saying she's thick, especially from Miss Anthropony.
You are such a
Oh, shut the f*** up, you four-legged recolor mule! Okay, that out of the way, we continue on with the cyborgs begin investigating the whereabouts of these demons and begin to search around these areas. Heck, one of them even decided to go to a literal frat house and get drunk.
He's drunk.
He's always drunk.
As this is going on, Akira and Rio begin to hunt the demons, and we even get this clever dialogue of Rio.
The sun will set, and the hunt will begin.
Later that night, this looks familiar. Don't worry, viewers, we're almost there. Actually, I'm actually kind of surprised this is the most tame Sabbath. Usually the Sabbath is usually freaking all hype up and all nudity and stuff. This is actually pretty tame. Hell, I'm actually kind of surprised that we didn't even get an origin explaining how Akira became Devilman. Actually, that'd probably be for the best. Knowing this crossover, I think they probably would have done something like this.
So, I mean, later on that night, freaking Vinny was like, alright, he's like, honey,
Rio.
to the dance floor.
We gotta go!
I mean, I'll break it down dancing. I love the beats. I got my creepy patent move. I don't even know where I learned to do this. I just block that shit out.
So, one of the demons begin to merge. One of them is cleverly named Lilith. And the other one becomes Zero the Lion.
All of my suggestions have been rejected.
There must be a good reason.
Of course there is. Would you like to hear them? Newbie. Big boobs, no brains. Bruma. Too thin, no brains. Niebla. Too hippie, too busty, and no brains.
So Akira begins to battle Leo the Lion, and I have to say this is actually a pretty interesting fight. I like how Devilman uses those things that he has in his arms as blades, which is something that I would use for my Devilman series. As this is going on, as he's cutting him down and freaking toying with them, the lion decided to unleash his dick snakes. Yes, dick snakes. I'm not joking. No worries, as Akira just cut that bitch out and literally ripping his wings out, freaking going all out siren on his ass, kicking him down like freaking Leonidas, and finally decapitate him full out Jack Black style. Which I guess I could use this skit. So yeah, Devilman destroyed Diego, Rio meets up with him, and Holy shit, he just shot him! He literally just shot Joe without any care in the world. I mean, seriously, what's up with him?
I don't give a shit.
Well, this actually starts off the first fight of this crossover. Unlike the Mazinger Z crossover, these two actually fight. And I gotta say, it's actually pretty badass. And I like how Akira is actually able to know where he's coming from when he's using the acceleration device. Like, he can see through that shit. I guess he must have learned from Ultra Instinct Goku after all. Hell, this fight is so intense, there's even a shot where, I shit you not, he looked like Frieza right here. The fight actually ends in a draw when both of their arms are actually, incapacitated. Well, I guess I can use this reference from Demon Bird once more.
Okay, seeing as we've each lost an arm, I guess we're even.
During this time, as this is going on, the other cyborgs are actually being intercepted by the High Team. High Team number didn't head out after the skirmish, and the only thing left in the battlefield was a crater shaped of a demon. Back in the base, when they head back to the Dolphin for Joe to recover in the back to tank, Star Wars reference, I suppose, we learned that in his arm, some of Devilman's skin was actually attached in that arm, so they took a sample of it, and they learned that the piece of the skin actually turned human.
Now it's human skin? What does this mean?
The next day.
We also get a scene where Miki's actually at school again, realizing that Akira isn't there. Surprisingly, she never called Rio, even if he had a cell phone. So we get another friendship moment with Miki and Ava. And meanwhile, Rio is actually doing some investigation of this black ghost, and learns that they're an organization or a cyborg group that's been around since the First World War. We also learn that Akira is actually, recover, and, we even get this interesting scene here.
You know, it didn't really seem like a demon subordinate to me.
You're awake, huh?
Sure am.
If that's the case, then it's pretty obvious that he is a traitor as well.
You do know that I never intended to betray them. But for some reason, they just believe that I'm Amon, that's all.
Demons aren't exactly interested in explanations.
That's for sure.
And back with Miki, as Ava's asking her how long has Akira's been living with them since, she asked if they were a close friend. And actually, this is actually a pretty interesting scene. We don't even get this in the original Devilman. You see, we don't even know how Akira felt with the loss of his parents. I mean, we do get something where it's like, it's been a while since I started living with Miki's folks ever since what happened with my parents. But here, we get more detail. He was depressed. And this is something that I actually like. Some of these elements will later be used in the freaking Crybaby. Also, Miki gets abducted by Dick Lips demons? I never thought I would ever see this. Now I just realized something. After seeing Miki faint while she was trying to protect Ava from these demons, I'm only saying demons because saying the other thing is a little redundant and kind of vulgar at best, but after seeing her faint, as I just said, I think I got the perfect skit I could use for this reference right here.
Her employees were surprised to see the always confident Uber bitch freaking out.
In my life, as I've been doing this for almost 10 years, I never thought I would imagine ever doing a 1,000 Ways Die reference in a Devilman video. Actually, come and think of it, now thinking about it, I could also use this reference from another anime review I watched.
Yeah, get your shit together, you'll never be a Sailor Scout.
But Ava is actually working with them, as I mentioned before. She takes Miki back to the base, and I can realize what happened. During this time, Cyber 009 and the others begin to make their way to the hidden base. Heck, they even get encountered by Liv before she used her illusion to trick the males. It doesn't work the females, unfortunately. Joe realizes that this is an illusion, but heck, 007 doesn't give a damn about this. He doesn't care.
Get a hold of yourself, 007.
That really hurt.
You are merely human. You should learn where you belong. They're coming!
So we get somewhat of a confrontation, which kind of reminds me a lot of the scene from Godzilla Final Wars. The demons didn't realize that their flying fortress is actually vulnerable without the engine, so they decided to take out the engine so the ship could crash easily. So the others realize this, and they begin to make their intercept to stop them, which is probably the most badass scenes in the OVA. Unfortunately, it's too late as the ship's engines are destroyed, which, for once, I wanted to use this reference here.
We lost something.
Not to worry, we are still flying half a ship.
I knew I should have been turned into a bird and thrown away!
Bite your tongue!
Another happy landing.
So yeah, they crash after the demon assault, they begin to fight the demons, which the demons replied to their science as quote-unquote magic.
Humans use magic called science in order to achieve this evolved form.
After that, Akira explains to Rio that this girl that took Miki was a cyborg. The cyborgs are fighting the demons. Atu gets resurrected into Seph's body and even kills Adam. Which, speaking of Adam, here's a side note trivia. His design, as you're looking at right now, is actually based on Ryosugi, aka Demon Lord Dante, which is actually a nice tribute for this crossover. Atu's awakened, destroys everything, even knocking out Ava, which he couldn't kill because, some of Seph is still in her. Seph then begins to sense that Devilman's coming, so he begins to transform, and it is badass. Also, we even get the freaking encounter with Atu and Devilman, which I would have to say, these two guys have the impression that reminds me so much of Venom and Riot from the Venom movie. Heck, I can even add the audio for that.
Venom, get in the rocket! No! We won't let you destroy this world! Can't die!
Holy shit!
Told you!
So the two fight, which Atu is more of a match considering that he has that acceleration device, which gives him the advantage over Akira. So Joe decided to help him out, which they began with a double team, but as this is going on, they begin to use some kind of energy EMP device to shut down the healing factor for the cyborgs, i.e. Black Ghost cyborgs. But as that kind of worked, it also backfired on Atu as he becomes an angel? Rio! They stole your dude!
I'll kill him!
This divine being one-shots every member of High Teen Numbers, minus his sister, if he's even still there. And he's even being a match for both 009 and Akira. But Ava was the one that's able to talk some sense in him, where his soul, i.e. Seph's soul, is free from the body, but that actually caused Atu to become full control. So they began to fight Atu, again, banner, rinse, repeat. Atu gets damaged after Joe basically kamikaze Sonic Nozzle Unleashed attack on his ass. And Akira decided to go full out episode 9 from Devilman Crybaby on his ass. And basically the day of saved. They begin going back to merry ways. Miki kind of forgot about Ava. And we even get a post-credit scene. Oh.
Warning, warning. The devil is coming.
Oh. Poodoo! Okay, that was a shock, but despite that, this was actually a pretty good OVA. I actually like this. Heck, there's even a manga adaptation of this, which is actually a different animal to itself. Now, I will go in detail of this actually right now, so I would talk about more about this, but I'll at least explain the plot and, the summary. So, Akira and Ryo and Miki, because, we can't forget about her, somehow end up into the future, which isn't just any future. This is the future where Miki dies, and basically this is during the whole end of Devilman. So Rio and Akira are trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, this is actually a pretty interesting, what if scenario where, what if Akira and Rio went back in time at the end of Devilman, where Akira's trying to learn what's happened here. Yeah, I actually like that. This is actually a pretty interesting twist of this story. But I'll probably do a follow-up video on this like I did with the Devilman manga that I reviewed a while back. So that's basically the crossover, guys. I hope you guys liked it. It was probably one of my favorites out of the Devilman series, besides Crybaby, which is going to be the final one, which I'm looking forward to, do that one. So this is going to probably be like a little bit of a hiatus. I mean, I will come back, I promise you that. But join in next time for Devil. What's that sound? Oh my god, I'm tripping balls! Ah! What the hell? Oh god, is that a dead body? Oh! Hi! I think we met before. Wait, stand back. Straight to danger. Oh, you fucking a-hole. Did not just go. Wait, no! Oh, shit! Next time on Devilman Retrospective series. Oh, come on, man. Can you give me a break for once? All I wanted was just a little hiatus. I mean, what else I have to review? Oh. Shit.